Rolling. You ready?
Yes.
All right, let's get right into it. I have a question that been burning on my mind for a minute. No phones allowed, so no Google. You're not allowed to pick up your phone and Google this shit. Like you people neither in internet land. No Google for this. All right. Do you believe that cereal is a soup?
Cereal.
Yes. Would you consider cereal soup? Now let me break it down a little bit.
Okay.
Soup, you put in water, you add it, it becomes soup, right? Cereal
That's oodles and noodles.
is soup. What is oodles and noodles? Soup, right? Exactly. Cereal, you got the contents, like you got the solid contents, you put it in a liquid, and why is it not considered a soup?
Personally,
If you can dispel it, go right ahead.
Sure. Soup is soup. Cereal is cereal. And
all right, but why?
Cereal is cereal because of the contents. So cereal, you're going to, sure, both of them are served in a bowl and with a spoon. Sure. Unless you have oodles and noodles, then it's served with the what?
A fork?
Bingo.
That don't mean anything.
Okay?
That don't mean anything.
So just saying that cereal is soup because it's served in a bowl and you eat it with a spoon.
Yeah.
That doesn't prove anything because you eat oodles and noodles with a fork.
All right, so look. So what if you had somebody who don't really like taking a lot of milk in? They milk intake is low, right? And you put the cereal in milk and you eat it with a fork just so it can have a little dampness of milk.
Something that's classified as cereal is wheat. Is made out of wheat or whatever. Sometimes you're gonna have some frosting on there. Sometimes you're gonna have some sugar or whatever.
But why do that make it cereal?
Because that's just what it is. Just the same reason why your hat is orange.
Just because you said so.
No. Just because it's been ordained.
So, in my belief, I believe that if you eat it out of a bowl, one.
Okay.
You can eat it with a spoon. Can eat it with a spoon. Two.
Can.
Yes. It's a solid material.
Oh, solid.
Yeah, solid material that you put into a liquid to make it, and you scoop it, and you eat it the same way. Why is it not a soup? It should be a soup.
So is soup cereal then?
No.
To you?
No, and the reason I say no is because cereal alone is still cereal. You know what I'm saying? You got Captain Crunch in a box. If I eat it straight out the box, cereal becomes soup. When you put the milk in, then it becomes a soup. And can't nobody tell me different.
Okay. I've never heard of this topic before. Never heard of this topic before. And I feel strongly about that you're a weirdo. You're a cold stone weirdo. Because if I ask you, what do you want for breakfast? What did you have for breakfast? If you ask me, what did I have for breakfast? And I say cereal, no doubt about it. You're going to think that I had some cereal with milk. Old-fashioned cereal with milk. That's what you're going to think. You're never going to think soup, and I don't want to hear otherwise.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. But based on facts and the fact that you got to eat it out of a bowl with a spoon.
You don't have to.
So we're going to agree to disagree. I believe cereal is soup.
So do you really believe it, or 100%. Are you just
okay? I 100%.
So the next time I go to the store and you're sick, okay, and you ask me for some soup, I'm bringing you cereal.
That's fine
I'm
with
bringing you cereal.
That's fine with me.
All right.
All right. One more, and I want to go deep into this. Do you believe that a hot dog is a sandwich?
Yes, it is a sandwich because it has meat between a bun.
Okay, I'm not gonna argue with that. Want to start the podcast?
Yes,
Let's
but
go.
you pressed the button already?
No.
I really want to ask this,
Mm-hmm.
and I really want the input of people. When we was kids, and the song with J-Lo and Ja Rule came out, did you think that J-Lo was saying, "Are you ready?" or "Are you ready?" Spelling rule. I really want to know because I just learned that she was spelling rule last year when you told me.
Even though in the very beginning when he say, "What's my mother in name?" and then she say, "Are you Ellie?"
Are you ready? But how many people think you thought? How many people do you think thought she said, "Are you ready"?
I didn't think nobody thought that.
Okay, all right. Now, if I'm alone on this, I'll take it on the chin.
Mm-hmm.
But please let me know.
All right, ready?
See.
Are you Ellie?
Don't ever go with the flow. Be the flow.
Yeah.
And I don't need no middleman to talk to my.
Hey.
I understand if you don't understand. That's where we differ.
Yeah. Welcome to the We Diva Podcast, episode number 43 of the We Diva Podcast. I am your host, 456, alongside my beautiful, lovely, and amazing co-host, E, who is bumping up against the microphone.
They can't hear that.
How you feel today?
I'm great. How are you?
I am good. I feel amazing. I got my beach shirt on, so
yes.
I feel good, even though we ain't hitting no beach up today. Just vibes.
Oh, you ain't wear that to the beach.
No.
Yeah, you got it open all the way down to your belly button.
Showing some skin, for sure. All right, we're going to get right into this podcast. This podcast, I would like to talk about, you know how people say they're going to start something, and then somebody might say, oh, everybody do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm going to start a podcast. Everybody got a podcast. Oh, I'm going to go be a nurse. Everybody, t-shirt brand. Everybody got t-shirt brand. This is basically what this podcast is going to be about. How do you feel about people who do that?
So the person who's trying to deter?
Yeah, the person that's telling somebody like, oh, everybody do that. Don't do that. You find something else. Yeah.
I think there's two types of people, right?
Uh-huh.
So the person who's gonna say, "Oh, that's a really popular thing to do right now, and so much opportunity, and there's a huge market for it." And obviously, that's the real optimistic person.
Optimistic outlook, yes.
Yes, and then you have, and it doesn't always. They don't always have to be a pessimist, but it's a pessimistic outlook.
Yes.
And that's the person who will say, oh, it's so many people doing that. Like, what are you going to do differently? How are you going to make money? Like, how are you going to succeed
and then
in that space?
Yes, for sure. And like, it just comes with like an outlook, maybe not really even knowing, maybe you did the research on it and you know how you could succeed in it. And this person just really don't know what's going on at all with it. And they just, it's kind of fear-based.
Yeah, it is fear-based. And I think sometimes like popularity can be a good thing. But sometimes people look at it like it's too cliche.
Yeah.
That's how like a certain space being oversaturated and too popular, too cliche. So
facts.
it can be looked at as negative.
Facts.
Because of it.
And then like a lot of times this type of issue open up where people see opportunity and it start to flood the market. I don't really look at that as like a negative, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes if the market is there and there's enough players in the market, there's enough market share for everybody. Everybody can make money in this thing. Everybody can succeed in this thing. We can have a podcast talking about flowers, you know what I'm saying? That niche it down where it's like, it's not the most, everybody doing something different in the space. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yes. Sometimes, all right, so I'll give my personal experience on it. So with the whole podcast thing, right? us starting originally in 2019.
Yes.
And
No. We started in 2018.
19.
It was 19?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, our first podcast, February 2019.
Okay. Basically 2018.
That's basically 2019.
Yeah, for sure.
So with that, and now, I'm not gonna say today because I'm feeling positive today.
Yeah.
But sometimes in my not so great moments,
Mm-hmm.
in retrospect, I think like, damn, we was like one of the first people in our culture to be like, oh, let's hop on the wave of podcasting.
Mm-hmm.
And in retrospect, I'm like, damn, did we miss our wave?
Mm-hmm.
Because I felt like, do you feel like sometimes you have an upper hand when you're first to a space? Because it's like that thing that people do, like, oh, it's so popular, like everybody's doing it, I don't want to do it.
Yeah. I definitely think that depends. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as being first to a space or being like one of the first people, I do believe we was definitely one of the first people
In our culture. The podcast has been around for a long time, but I want to say, before you asked me, did I want to do a podcast? I probably heard about podcasting like right before you asked me. It wasn't soon before.
Yeah. And when I decided to start a podcast, I probably knew about a good 5 or 6 black podcasters.
Who?
And it was Joe Budden. It was the guy that got touched. What the hell was the guy that got locked up?
Taxone?
Tax. Yeah, Joe Budden's Tax Tone. Shit. It's a few more that I knew about in the space. I knew a gang of white podcasters.
Yeah.
That's not podcasting been around for a long time since the early, like probably 2007, 8, 9, 10, but it's just now caught on. But long story short, I think when you first to a space, is a gift and a curse, because our issue when we first started was getting people to like, what the fuck is a podcast? Why am I going to listen to these people opinions on these microphones?
Like, who are you?
Who are you?
Yeah.
And like, why would I listen to you? Why would I look at it? Why would I tune into this? So that was like the main thing. Now it's like everybody do it, and I'm feeling a bit more comfortable because people are trained how to listen to podcasts. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people who know a lot of people that got podcasts. So now it's kind of like, if you're good at it or you can become the best in your niche, you can rise to the top. And it's a bigger audience now. Where before you had to teach people how to look at a podcast, listen to a podcast, and then promote your podcast. Now it's just like, just be good and show up. Yeah.
So prior to us recording podcasts, I never listened to a podcast, and even still, like, you watch podcasts, so like I'm there, so I watch it now. But I do remember when I first started telling like people that we're going to start a podcast, like, what? It was what the hell?
Yeah.
And now it's like everybody doing it, so it's kind of like, if you want to do a podcast now, like, oh, why not? Yeah. Literally anybody could. And when we first did it, like, I was like, well, why not? And that was the optimism in me. Yeah. But I think a lot of people don't know about it, you are going to probably have a pessimistic outlook on it. So it's nothing wrong with. I don't think there's anything wrong with the people saying, oh, why are you going to do that? Why are you going to take on a journey that so many people are in, or for podcasting at that time aren't in, but at the end of the day, I think it all still has to do with fear.
Yeah.
Or the unknown.
Yeah, definitely. And that just goes to like the saying, there's nothing new under the sun. You know what I'm saying? Like we often like, well, not so much now because we on diets, but like we used to go to like halal trucks or stands. You know what I'm saying? And 9 times out of 10, when we used to go to the block, it would be 4 trucks selling the same exact thing. You know what I'm saying? I like one truck, you like the other truck, and we always would split up and say, okay, I'm gonna go get my food, you go get your food, and we'll meet back at the car, right? So that's just an example of like how you can get money on the same block. You can do the exact same thing as somebody else. What if it's 50 people at one time trying to get the same thing? You know, we got to split up the market share.
Yeah. So more opportunity for, like, it's a bigger market, so more opportunity.
Yeah.
I think, yes, but when you have, because I've had those moments where I think like so many people are doing this, and I'm not even just in general, like that's just a thing that people think. But I think as a consumer and even an investor, when you have that perspective, I think it's a good thing to have that perspective, because when you're entering a market of so many people doing something, you have to set yourself apart from it. So I think it's two things that you can do to set yourself apart. Something has to be, like, you have to be solving a problem, so something has to be different, and you have to show results. And I'll give you an example of like, I'm only on the internet because of fitness. So all of the people who work out, and I don't follow like Instagram models. I follow women who work out.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And the reason why I like, so many of them sell programs, right? And why would I go with one of them versus another? Because one, I may like one results better than the other, or because if they have what's the other thing? What's different? So one person just sells a program, and then the other one is an actual coach. You can contact her. She'll tell you how to correct your form and certain things like that. So that's what something has to be different. And think about Shark Tank. Like, you go on Shark Tank, they're gonna ask you, well, what's different? Why can't you're selling burgers?
Yeah.
What's different?
Yeah, between yours and
Burger King or something like that.
Yeah. That makes perfect sense. And I think to tag along, to add on to that, I think marketing is a big thing too. You know what I'm saying? I think you can have a BS product and be really good at marketing and outsell somebody who's really, really good at something. So I think you can have the best burger in the world, but if you're not good at marketing that burger, somebody with a BS burger could like run laps around you and outsell you quickly. You know what I'm saying? So it's just you got to have everything going in your
agree.
favor. You know what I'm saying? Because marketing is a hell of a thing. If you can get your product in front of more people, you're 9 times out of 10, you're going to sell more than that person, you know, that don't know how to market.
Yeah, and it's sometimes it's messed up because like you'll think like, oh damn, I could run circles around this person. You know, like, but I think about it all the time. Like, I'm a writer. Like, I know I can write really, really well, but that fear holds me back.
Yeah.
And like, it's not even you just run into those. You do have to have the total thing, because marketing like can really take off.
Yeah, turn everything around.
Yeah,
work
really
ethic,
can.
everything
It's
everything
a whole
matters.
package.
Everything matters. You know what I'm saying? Everything definitely matters. All right, and this kind of like spills over into the music industry, especially in today's time, because I feel like when I was coming up, you had to sound different. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you was a rapper, you had to sound different in the 90s, early 2000s, up until I say about 2015, 14, 15, when the internet really kicked in full-fledged. I think now you can kind of sound like anybody you want to sound like and get really, really good results. You're not going to get people coming down on you saying, oh, you sound like such and such. You sound like such and such. People don't really care. Like, if it's a vibe, and if you make a good song, I can make a song, or somebody can make a song sound just like Uzi, and that song would go crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so I do, but you're going to have both sides to that as well. So on Erica's mixtape that came out in about 2016, it was 15 or 16. What's it called? She Can't Use My Phone? Yeah. So she had 2 songs that featured this guy. Don't know who he is still to this day. thought she had Drake on her album. Nigga sounded just like Drake. And I don't know how I found out it wasn't Drake. I think I knew by listening that it wasn't Drake, but I was like, what the hell is wrong with him? Like, what's up with him? Why would you do that?
yeah.
And then you got Tory Lanez.
Yeah. Who's a chameleon, can sound like damn near anybody.
Who some people love him. And it's like, oh, like he takes people's songs and he samples them and he makes it his own. And then some people who absolutely hate him is like, there's nothing original about you. You need somebody else's flow. You need somebody else's song to make, like, to piggyback off. So some people.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And that's right. That's right where it hit. You know what I'm saying? Because like when Erica Tate might have came out 18, 19, that fake Drake might have been hot.
Yeah, his ass.
He probably would have been out here. Yeah, but it's just like, I remember, and I'm showing my age, when Biggie passed away, right? A few years later, Puff got Shine. You know what I'm saying? And I'm listening to this fucking guy, hated him. I'm like, why would Puff sign this nigga? That he sound like Biggie's this, that. It before the internet. And then I saw Shine. I'm like, okay, he got an image. You know what I'm saying? He really live a street life. And then when you keep listening, yeah, he don't really sound like Big that much. You know what I'm saying? Like, as you keep listening, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was his vocal tone. Same thing I feel as though with Designer. With when he came out in Future, that whole thing. But I really don't think people had a problem with Designer sounding like Future. People actually thought it was Future singing that song when it first came out.
I never heard that before, actually.
The Panda record?
Yeah, but I never thought that was Future. I never heard people.
Yeah.
But I do remember everybody like, yo, what the hell? Everybody sound like Future. Everybody sound like Thug.
Yeah.
So what's the song? They got Roddy on there, Future, and
Thug.
Is it Thug or is it somebody else?
I don't know.
It's a Meek song.
Yeah.
When I tell you, it sound like it's the same damn person.
Yeah,
That's true. And that was the first time that I realized, like, oh, these people all do sound the same.
You can pull that shit off. You know what I'm saying? And then that derives from like Lil Wayne. Like when Thug first came out, it was Lil Wayne.
And
like,
that was a huge issue.
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah. But now when I listen to Thug,
but
free slime, man, free slime. But now when I listen to Thug, it's like, I don't hear Lil Wayne at all.
Yeah, but that was the thing. He was like literally like trying to be Wayne though. He was like trying to name his shit.
Yeah. But he was a fan and he said that in interviews.
Yeah. But some people don't respect it. Like you gotta, because let's use celebrities, let's use rappers. These are people's like North Stars.
Livelihood.
And, you know?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about fans.
Oh, yeah.
The fans, like, this is my guy. And then you're gonna come out and you're like trying to make music like him, nigga. You not him.
Yeah.
So
facts.
I get it.
Facts.
You gotta like make things like original. I know a lot of times it's hard. I can understand it's hard. You listen to a certain style of music.
Yeah.
We all listen to it, but like, what makes somebody want to go in the booth and record and be like, oh, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make the same type of song.
And that leads to like stealing like an artist, which is like a saying that I love because all artists steal regardless
like
of
an artist.
Stealing like an artist.
Okay.
I believe all artists steal. I do believe like if you steal somebody's style, when you stay with that style, you're not really like a good artist, and I don't think you're gonna have no longevity. We was listening to I think it was Section 80. No, it might have been Overly Dedicated, Kendrick Lamar. Early Kendrick Lamar. And a record came on, and you was like, who this Pusha T? And I'm like, no, that's Kendrick, you know what I mean? And he sound exactly like Pusha T. And then on that same CD, he got a record where he sound Michael Jordan. 20 is a song called Michael Jordan, or it's called 23.
He bodied that so bad.
Yeah, but he sounds just like Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying, on that record. And it might have been another record where he sound like Rigor Mortis. I don't know if that was the same CD, but this Eminem type flow. And if you listen to Kendrick's style now, it's all those artists mashed in one, and he created like a beautiful masterpiece of like taking these people's styles and making it his own. So now Kendrick is his own thing. You can't compare him with anything else. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like you can. I think Kendrick's sound is his sound. And I think over the years he mastered it, but he got it from stealing people's style and taking this from this from this from that, and mashing it all together. And I think like that's the beauty of.
Do you need to do that though?
I think every artist do it.
Do you need to? Is it needed?
Yes. Yes. I don't think nobody can just come out the gate because, like I said, there's no original ideas under the sun. Any rapper would tell you, Nas, I heard Nas say, oh, when I first started rapping, I sound like Rakim. You know what I'm saying? My first rap, I sound like P from Mobb Deep. Like, I thought I was Prodigy from Mobb Deep. You know what I'm saying? And over time, you will hone into that skill and you will create your own thing around it. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just everybody do everything, and it's hard to start something next to impossible to do something that's brand new out the box that's fresh. That's how I believe that.
Okay.
Do you feel that way, or you feel like you can come up with something like that's just
well, as far as
all
music,
new?
I mean, we were having this conversation or whatever, and you directed this conversation towards music, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I really don't. I directed it towards clothes and fashion and stuff, right?
But let's dig into that.
And you directing it towards music, maybe I can understand it because that's your world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm more materialistic, so I live in the physical world more than you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So I automatically thought what I wear and not wanting to, like, I can see somebody with something and be like, oh, that's cute, but I'm not going to want to wear the exact same thing that they wore. So that's kind of what if I'm comparing it or relating it to music, it's kind of like, it's bogus to me if you do the exact same thing.
Are you talking about stealing somebody's outfit top to bottom, or just having like a top? What if you see a girl on TV? What if you see I don't know. This is random as fuck. Jennifer Lopez. I'm not saying you're a fan of anything, but if you see her with a nice top on, she got that shirt on that you got on and some heels. You know what I'm saying? And you decide like, okay, I'm gonna get this shirt and I'm gonna get these heels. Is that like copying or?
Yeah, I just think that's a little bit OD. So now I'm like wearing this exact same outfit. Like, I think like as far as an outfit goes, you can pull off like being inspired by one item. Like you taking like somebody a woman's outfit. You got the top, the bottoms, and some shoes. If I got the top and the shoes on, like I stole her outfit.
And I think that's where, like, and I'm not a fashion person, but I think that's where I differ.
And not just saying like I'm all into fashion, but like I get dressed.
Yeah. I think that's where I differ at, because I feel like if you take a shirt and a heel from Keisha around the corner, say Keisha around the corner post that outfit, and you like, oh shit, and then you go get the outfit, I think that's like, oh, you wildin'. But if you see a superstar with the outfit and you go get the same shirt and heels, I think like that's cool. Like I don't see, like,
I look at it like kind of like it's not original. If I see somebody with that, I'm just gonna be like, oh, you're bogus. And it doesn't matter, music, whatever, you're bogus. You have no originality. And when we were kids, it was not okay to go and wear like everybody have on the same sneakers. It's just not okay still. I know in the world of social media, everybody seems to have the same thing, but in reality, if I go outside with something that I have, even if a celebrity has it, I'm probably really not gonna walk into somebody.
Find somebody that, yeah.
But I don't know. It really is bogus. You know what it's like?
What?
A celebrity, anybody on social media having an outfit, and then me getting it and wearing it. That's like me literally going to the store and taking the outfit off the mannequin.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what it's like. Isn't that bogus?
It lacks creativity.
Yeah, it's bogus as hell. Like you ain't even do nothing to it.
But I think some people need that.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
fine.
yeah,
But
yeah.
it's not original.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's what we were talking about, being original.
Yeah.
And like when you talk about nothing new under the sun, like that's cool. That's fine.
Yeah.
Like they don't make only one item when they
Yeah.
create things. They
Yeah.
make several. They make hundreds,
Yeah.
thousands.
Yeah.
Cool. That's fine. But make it your own.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just adding your own twist to it. You
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
Like whatever you do, everybody do everything. So please just stop saying that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody do everything. Like everybody want to be a nurse. Everybody want a podcast. Everybody want to, everybody do everything, but just add your own twist to it because you're not changing it. Like
Yeah.
there's no new ideas. If you want to start a podcast about something that you love, and that makes it different. You know what I'm saying? If you want to start a T-shirt brand, don't use the same logo that such and such from South Philly got. Make your own logo and make it, you know what I'm saying? Put a couple tiers in it. Make your own logo. Make it different so you can market it and you can get it out there. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like people just kill me with that. Is everybody do that because everybody do everything.
Yeah, and when you say like everybody does it, when you have a passion for something, if you want to take care of people and you want to be a nurse, there's a certain guideline. You know, that they tell you exactly what to do. When it comes to being creative, that's not a thing.
Yeah.
So
Facts.
when it comes to creating and you're imitating someone, that's kind of, I think that's wrong because you're literally, there's no creativity. This is a creative process. Like it's so different. It's not, there's no guidelines to it.
Yeah, and I want to speak on like cost of entry because that's a really good point. I think the ease of getting into something means a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like if I didn't have to pay a shitload of money to go to medical school, I will be a doctor. Half of these black kids that's on these corners will be like, man, I'm not standing on this corner. I'm gonna go take these couple years off. I'm gonna go be a doctor. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so easy to rap and it's a low cost of entry for people who not fortunate.
Yeah.
It's free to rap. You know what I'm saying? It's basically free. You know, you got to pay for it going to the studio and all that stuff. But yeah, it's just, I just don't understand it. But if the cost of entry for certain things was cheaper, then everybody would be wanting to be a doctor or wanting to be whatever, got high barriers to get in, Because the opportunity to make, who wouldn't want to make.
Opportunity presented itself. We would jump. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, definitely. You think we crossed bases? How many minutes are we in on this podcast? It's burning up in this joint.
Yo, I'm like shying away from this damn sun. Oh my God.
Yeah.
My face getting super oily. I feel it.
Yeah. All right.
Do you have any more?
Yeah, I just want to talk about like proximity because I think that's another issue. Like if I live on this block and I got a T-shirt brand and then somebody from 2 blocks over got a T-shirt brand, I feel like people will create a problem between us two because we're so close in proximity. And I feel like if I'm the only person in my hood selling T-shirts and then somebody else decide to do it, I can be looked at as a copycat. When there's 50,000 people in this city who got a T-shirt brand.
Okay, so for the most part, I think nobody wants to feel like their idea was stolen. Nobody wants to feel like they're being bitten off of. I know that. I don't really feel that way. I don't give a damn, honestly. It's this joke between my friends. This girl does like everything I do. And it's like mad obvious, but I don't care. I know it. I'm aware of it, but I don't care.
Yeah.
And most people will find that offensive. Like, this is what I'm doing. Why are you trying to do the same thing?
Yeah.
So if you have like a business and the guy or whatever you just said is doing this, and then you come in, like, yeah, it's offensive because, all right, now we're talking about money. Are you going to take some of my customers? Like, and that's a potential problem.
For sure, that's a potential problem, but that's a for sure in business. That's the nature. That's the nature of business. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'll knock down your fucking building to make my building taller in business. You know what I'm saying? Not to make
It
me
is what it
feel
is.
good
Yeah,
about myself
yeah.
in real life, but in business, yeah, I'm trying to kick everybody ass in business. There's no friends in this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are in business to be the best at what we do, or try or attempt to be the best, or be the best to the people that we selling to. So I just feel like in that case, yeah, like, what you gonna do? Like, nigga, do something. Be better than me. Have a better personality. Like, outshine me.
A better product.
Have a better product. Market that product better. Or I'm gonna put you the fuck out of business. That's the game. Like, in business. That's just it. And it's no love. You never gonna see people in business like, oh man, I love your business and we both do the same thing and let's hang out together and share. No.
No, you will have that,
No.
but you gotta have
Nah.
people confident. You gotta have people like thriving or whatever, because you have people who are like thriving in business and they're cool with each other. So
Yeah,
I don't think that's the case.
I think you can be cool with each other, but I don't think you're gonna sit down and share ideas when y'all got the exact same product. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I help you?
I mean, it depends though. I do think it depends, because if the market is big enough and everybody's eating, then it's fine. But I do think you gotta have the skin for that. We were talking earlier. I seen this. I was on TikTok, and this girl. I don't even know if she was just a troll, and she was like morphing her body, saying that she lost like. How much weight did she say she lost? It was a crazy amount of weight in like 30 days. And she was using an app and she was making herself appear to be bigger. And I seen it. And only one other person in the comment section seen it, showed Shell's hair. And he's like, oh, no. But to me, I'm like, that's so deceitful. Why would you do that to people? And you're like, it's business. You better. So like, you gotta have the skin for it. You gotta come with that business savviness. Like when you're in business, you really do. And for me, like, I was like, that's wrong. But as a business owner, that's why I think that I would excel, because I would be like, my customers I would be upfront. I will have organic customers. I wouldn't have to fool my customers to be a customer. And
That's just marketing is a slippery slope, because like, I do believe like, have a good product, good customer, all that stuff. I believe in all that. But say you got a product, say you selling a product of a face cleanser, right? And 10 years ago you had extremely bad acne, right? And on a product picture you want to show that your product worked, but you never used it on yourself. Yeah, I'm gonna post that old picture from 10 years ago with bad acne.
You really shouldn't be saying this right now.
That's business.
Yeah, but you shouldn't be saying it right now.
You shouldn't be saying it.
No, because
with people, it's what people do. That's what I'm saying. It's what people do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Listen, I would, because when you're using products, you kind of got to prove. Remember what I was saying. When you have consumers, when you have somebody trying to invest, you got to prove something. You got to show them that something has changed. You got to show them what works. So I would show that it worked. I would have to prove it to myself that it worked before I go sell it to somebody else, because I don't want them breaking out all crazy.
That's a fact. And once you prove that it worked, right, to yourself, right?
You just said that you never
no,
used it on yourself.
But I'm saying, but once you prove that it worked to yourself, right? It works. It cleared my skin up, all this other stuff. You still wouldn't use that old picture from before you even thought about the product to do it before and after?
Now you did use it?
No, I'm saying, like, if you use it and it clear your face up, right, as is right now, and be like, okay, this shit actually do clear my face up, right? And would you take that old picture from back in the day and like, okay, this is this is a result before and after? That's not. Listen, the product is proven to work. Once you ship the product out to the person, it's going to work. You just pushing it. It's just like Burger King putting styrofoam or cardboard in between their burgers on a commercial, and to make their burgers look. You ever see a Burger King burger on a commercial? and then go and get a Burger King burger in real life, that's marketing.
Mama
On a
said-
commercial, it's big and fluffy because they got cardboard in between each side of the bun. It's magic. It's movie magic. That's the game.
Yeah.
And it don't sound good to say publicly or say out loud, but like
It is
what happens.
Yeah, I think that it's good that we're in business together
Mm-hmm.
because I know this is a flaw of
Mm-hmm.
mine. That's a flaw of mine.
Mhm.
I'm way too honest of a person,
Mhm.
and I'm not like a manipulator.
It's not about.
I'm not saying that you are. I'm just not like. There's not a manipulative bone in my body, so I would never like.
You are over honest.
Yeah.
So-
So yeah, when in business, maybe it's nothing wrong with that. Maybe there isn't. But and I know that I will run into issues with like, oh damn, I gotta be so technical about it. And you know that's the thing with me too,
I
being
think
technical.
everything is just exaggeration. You know what I'm saying? Like that you put the pill in a cupcake. Like
That's a manipulative.
No, it's not. Like Gillian Wallow podcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Love their podcast. But sometime the episode, like say when they had Mace, right? Like they promoted it all week. Mace on the podcast. So you get clips of Mace. So I'm tight. I'm tapping in. Like I'm thinking I'm gonna get an hour and a half worth of Mace. You know, I watched the podcast and Mace there for like 25 minutes, half an hour. And then after Mace part go off,
Somebody
the
else
rest
doing
of the time they talking to somebody else that I don't know who that person is. You know what I'm saying? They just put the pill in the you know what I'm saying? You still delivered on what you said you was going to deliver on. It just wasn't, you know.
No. And I think that's it's not necessarily a bad thing. And that's why you, like I said, you really do have to have the whole package when it comes to business. You just
or you know, that, and we are way off topic, but that's just, you know, scaling, because you could be a small. A lot of people are super honest and they just have a small business. But when you want to start to scale, you kind of gotta like up that shit up, bro. You gotta use business tricks.
Yeah. But we taking the organic route. We gotta scale some things.
Yeah, for sure.
But we are people to inspire. We're not imitators.
Yeah, for sure. Everything we gonna do is like, I decided anything that I start from this point on, like I gotta love, it gotta be in my heart, and it gotta help people. You know what I'm saying? So anything that we got going on coming out soon, we're not gonna talk about it right now, but like it's from the heart, and it helped people in real life. You know what I'm saying? It could change lives. So yeah, that's just, I'm on it like that. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be like podcasting or whatever it is, I just want to inspire and help people and have fun and, you know, talk shit, have fun.
Talk some shit.
Yeah, pop some shit. Yeah. All right. That was episode number 43 of the We Differ podcast.
Are
Do you
you
have anything else to
inspired?
say?
Are you inspired?
I'm always inspired. Yeah, I'm extremely inspired.
Do you find inspiration from within? Or do you need to find it outside of yourself?
I literally just found that I find inspiration from like how I feel. So
You didn't even share that with me.
I didn't.
No.
Yeah, it's how I feel. You
He
know what I'm
must have
saying?
found
So
that out about himself this morning.
So if I'm doing everything right, eating clean, water, in the gym, and I just feel good, like my mind goes into like positive mode. Anything is possible. You know what I'm saying? But when when I don't feel like that way, I start to doubt, and you know, all the bullshit kick in. So I just gotta stay. You know.
Yeah. I think I find inspiration from within. Like I've never Shells has like everything on his phone, like he used to have this vision board in his old apartment on your computer screen, on your phone screen. You just have, and you like what you watch all day long. Like he's watching car reviews right now. Well, before we had
G-Wagon,
started,
63 G-Wagon.
Yeah. And which is a form of manifestation, of course.
Yes.
But I don't need that, yo. And maybe I do, but I know maybe it'll be beneficial. I'll say that.
Mhm.
I know I don't need it,
Mhm.
but like things like that, like people do not inspire me.
Mhm.
They just don't.
All right, let me speak on that for 1 second before we end this podcast. All right, as far as that, like having a vision board and having like all these things, like it comes with, and we can get deeper on this on the next episode or a couple episodes. But it have to come with loading things into your subconscious mind. You know what I'm saying? Because like you will start to vibrate with these things.
Yeah.
Everything have a vibrational pull. So if you write, and when I wake up in the morning, every morning I write down exactly what I want.
Mm-hmm.
Not what I want. I write down that I'm a millionaire. I have this, I have that, I have that. Every morning I write down what I have because in my heart I have it. And if you continue to pull forward, those things will appear in your, in your life. And it's really, really deep. It have a lot to do with manifestation, but it's definitely real.
No, I agree that it's real. That's not. I'm not disputing that. Or
No,
anything.
I'm not saying that you.
Yeah, I know.
I just wanted to explain for
Yeah,
my
and I'm
side.
being clear for the viewers that I'm not disputing that. Viewing things and like loading things into your subconscious mind and manifestation. I just like it doesn't. That shit is already in me. It really is. So certain things I don't know about, like I could the car that I want. I got it here. I can't really visualize things, but I got it in me already. I don't need to watch videos about it and stuff. Like it comes from within. So yeah, that's a
definitely.
We can definitely talk about that soon.
Yeah, for sure. All right, this was episode number 43 of the We Differ podcast. I'm your host, Shells 456, alongside my beautiful, lovely, and amazing co-host E, and we are out.
Peace.